go. All right, just gonna set up. Over to YouTube. Maybe. Okay, come on, live video, show up. There we go. Hi, Celestial Rogue. I'm just setting stuff up and we'll be ready to go in a little bit here. Just got to get all the tags and all of that stuff done, you know. Oh my gosh, brain fart. Can't spell. Okay. All right. And let's start adding some description stuff. The dragon. So I'm adding the links for Digital HAMMURABI's channel in the description and the original image of this dragon in the description. And then my channel stuff down below. Save. Make sure monetized. Yes. All right. I don't like YouTube's new creator studio. So clunky. It's just really hard to get around. All right, make sure I got sound.
Being my #1 fan. Thanks for making time for me. The greatest fan from day one.
Yeah, mine flatlines sometimes. Okay, we got sound. Oh, crud. Oops, wrong way. Alright, I just have a few places I gotta share this, and then we will be ready to paint. If Facebook lets me share it. Oh, there we go. Go over to YouTube Pagans. Post there. Get off of Facebook because Facebook sometimes gets really annoying if I'm trying to do stuff. Digital Hammurabi's Discord, and over to my Twitter. There we go. I don't want to hear Discord beeping either. All right, hi Mudbrooker. Oh wow. Oh neat, old cast iron frying pan. We have music, and today I am actually donning a necklace my sister-in-law bought me that was handmade. She saw me admiring this lady at the craft show was making, and it's all beads, the whole thing. This is Pretty Butterfly, so I had to share that. I'm wearing a sweater because it's cold in Minnesota today. Thank you. I absolutely love it. The lady had so many beautiful pieces, and I just wanted one really bad. I'm gonna try and get this. I think we're gonna start at the tail today. Bring him forward a bit. I still got to be careful of that wolf in the back, because I don't want to wreck the plaster on it. And I just thought I'd show, this was the My Little Pony box I was talking about the other day that has my tarot decks in it. It's going to help hold the canvas up. But there's all sorts of tarot. There's my reading cloth and several tarot decks in there. Except the Game of Thrones tarot, because that's got its own box, which it's going to stay in its own box. Because, well, it's Game of Thrones tarot. Oh, wow. That's just crazy. I love making stuff with cast iron. It is just, and it does help with people who have anemia, too. Because, you know, the iron does leach into the food a bit, and you'd rather have that than, you know, leaching aluminum or something like that. I'm going to go right there. 9 decks. I don't know how many I have. I have a few. I probably have about 9. I gave some to my daughter. She uses them. I had some interesting ones before, but I still have to do the review of the Game of Thrones tarot that I have. And, yeah, I'm afraid to use the Game of Thrones tarot because I don't want to, you know, wreck the cards or anything. So that one's just more special, pretty, you know, pretty cool, I should say. Now, typical Minnesotan, I'm in capri pants, so shorter legs, barefoot, and I have a sweater on. I mean, this doesn't get, you know, it's like in Minnesota, you'll see people walking around in shorts and a sweatshirt. That's me. It's just one of those crazy things. So I'm doing that in my art room right now. We had the air on because it got hot for a few days. And now it's cold again, and we just haven't turned the heat back on because, well, it gets expensive after a while. getting my colors out. Again, I'm using Handmade Modern from Target, their Sky Color, which is a fantastic light blue. Yeah, this is my messy palette, but there's the sky right there. I'm using white, which I just had start pouring everywhere. That's an old tube of the sky paint, so I'm trying to use it up. I've got a little bit of the Liquitex Soft Body Raw Sienna that I'm trying to use up before, because it's like 13-14 bucks for the container. And I want to get as much out of it as I can. And they're so thick I have to get them out with a palette knife. But they work. They work nicely. Can't complain. Using Craft Smart White, because it's what I have. I'm using it up. I'm using Liquitex Soft Body Unbleached Titanium, which is another professional paint. Some of these paints I've had for years. Other ones I've bought at thrift stores and stuff. So I'm just trying to use what I have available. Delta Ceramcoat acrylic paint. I like this on canvas. It has a nice texture, nice feel to it. Delta makes some very good paints. Using Craft Smart Yellow. Just a teeny bit because I don't need a lot in the blue bricks. And Delta Ceramcoat Ocean Reef Blue. I'm also using Craft Smart Mediterranean Blue. They are very similar, but there's enough of a difference to actually show up on here really nicely. Okay, and then I'm just using a bit of the Craft Time Black that I found at the thrift store as well. I like thrift stores. I even get my clothes at thrift stores and save, especially when I'm losing weight, saving me a lot of money right now. But I firmly believe in recycling where we can. Oh shoot, I didn't think to open this pop before I started this. I have a Diet 7-Up. I bought a 6-pack of these bottles and it's lasted me 3 weeks. Because I've mostly been drinking them this week. The only problem is I think somebody at the store shook it. So yesterday it was just fine opening it until I put it to my mouth, and then it bubbled up my nose, down my shirt. That was not fun. Yeah, we collect carnival glass, you know, the glass from anywhere from, I think, like 1860s on up to the 1970s. So it's all those colored plates and goblets and everything. And we find a lot of those at thrift stores. We've paid $6 for some pieces that are $200. And we've joined groups where you can exchange pieces too if you're missing like a lid and things like that. Still trying to open this bugger. And sometimes I'll buy the ugliest jewelry pieces at a thrift store and then rip it apart, you know, to use in my own pieces. Oh, yeah. And, like, the one baby I'm taking care of that the family doesn't have a lot of money, I found him toys there. You know, just all sorts of stuff. I love thrift stores. And all my My Little Pony stuff, if people haven't given it to me, I found at thrift stores too. except for the lunchbox, that was new, but because my next, I'm not sure if I don't do another canvas right away. I have a My Little Pony that I've already added the wireframe for the mane and tail to, and I want to sculpt into that and then paint it and turn it into a completely different one. Boy, this does not want to open neatly. Really trying. I once bought a bottle of kombucha that was one of my favorite flavors. I don't buy it anymore. They had shook it up so bad at the store that when I opened it, it sprayed the ceiling, it sprayed the walls, it got the patient's bed because the nurse had to stay in the room and we had to eat, eat in the room and everything. But this thing volcanoed and sprayed everything. I was scrubbing for a half hour before my shift even started. Got it, and I was able to take a sip without getting it up my nose. We're good. Hi, F417. Oh, yeah. Yep. I get buttons, I get all sorts of stuff. Although, some of our thrift stores around here get really, really greedy. They'll go and just charge a whole bunch for items. They're starting to get smart and go with eBay prices. And it kind of takes some of the fun out of it. So you have to really watch it. And sometimes I'll even take home, things that are, like one of our vintage Vaseline glass ones, which is the glass that has a little bit of uranium in it, so it glows in the under black light. There was a lemon squeezer thing, the thing that you juice the lemon on, and they had it priced like $6 and it was chipped to all get out, just little chips here and there, so it's not worth anything. They let me have it for like 50 cents because I brought it up to the counter. The gal's like, this is broken, isn't it? And I'm like, yeah, but it needs a home. It needs love. And she's like, well, here, this is what we'll charge you for it. And it's sitting with all our other Vaseline glass, our carnival glass, so it's just cute even though it's not worth anything. But we're planning on doing milk glass, buying a bunch of it. We're buying more to make an entire dinnerware set out of it. Because that doesn't have any untoward chemicals in it. And the milk glass has got beautiful patterns and stuff. It's just this white, milky looking glass, and some of it has a little pink in it and stuff. And we just decided that's what we want for our dishes. So we get rid of the mix and match Walmart stuff that we've had for decades. That's all broke to pieces and... I'm just trying to, as I said yesterday, I'm going to try to lighten up some of these bricks going up this way. Because in the image I have in the description, that's the way it is. I have a flea-bitten glass. Oh, I found some pagan items at thrift stores too. Like, that's where I got my cauldron, which is actually cast iron and has a lid. and the lid has a hole in it even, so that you can put the lid on and still have incense or whatever, the smoke coming up. And it's really pretty. It's got this really interesting patina and cool pattern in it, in the metal and everything. And I paid, I think, maybe $5. And I just love the thing. I don't use it a lot, but it's so cool. And then my mortar and pestle for my altar is one of those salsa ones from Mexico. So it's the lava stone. So it's super duper rough. I use that for grinding my herbs for rituals, you know. I mean, I found some really fun stuff. But my crystal ball was one of those things that I bought that was super duper expensive, because I got it from the Franklin Mint when they released it. It was these 3 pewter unicorns holding up a crystal. And that one I paid some good money for. I had to do time payments on it. And I still have that. And it's like 20 years ago that I bought it. And then hubby just got me a scrying mirror that is made out of obsidian. It actually is from Mexico, and it's handmade, and it's just gorgeous. Beautiful mirrored surface to it. There we go. That looks good. Oh yeah, the punch bowl. We have one punch bowl with cups and, no, not the punch bowl. We have a salad bowl with the glass tongs and stuff in it. We can't identify it. No idea where it came from. We've looked at all sorts of manufacturers, and there's just no clue as to who made it. And the thing is just beautiful. It's clear glass, but it's got thumbprints edging all the way across the top, and the top is this clear red that does the ombre into the clear glass, and it's so pretty, but oh my gosh, we can't find who made it. Yeah, that needed that break right there. And then we have some peacock carnival glass pieces that have the iridescence in them, and we've got amberina, which it goes from reds to yellows in the glass, and that's one of my favorites. I love amberina. We don't go out and collect very often, but we've done our fair share of finding rare pieces on eBay too, or rarer ones, I should say, that we've spent, eBay prices for, but not too many of those. Most of it's been thrift stores or my mother-in-law doing garage sales. She can find some crazy stuff. For super duper cheap. She's found beautiful, full, bigger pieces for like $1. It's like, yay, Mom. Mom's epic. Yeah, I was supposed to be at work right now, but kid I'm with tonight's in the hospital, so I'm off. And then I'm off on Saturday for Mother's Day, my son, and I don't know if his girlfriend's coming yet. If she isn't, then we're going to the Butcher and the Boar for Mother's Day dinner, which they do like all these exotic sausages and steaks and stuff like that, and it's a pub, and the food is, holy crap, it's incredible. But if his girlfriend's coming with, we gotta find someplace else, because the Butcher and the Boar's really super duper expensive. But oh, it's good food. So yeah, I'm gonna be blowing my diet that day, but it's so worth it. I'm gonna take that piece right out. Not gonna have, that's gonna be chipped right off of there. Here. Blend that in. Okay. Over top of that. I'm not quite sure, I don't want to quote myself yet, but this might get done tonight. I'm off to my next big canvas if I can do a drawing that I like of Mom and the little boy that passed away a couple weeks ago now. So if that works, if I can do that, then that'll be my next canvas that we'll do live. If not, if I can't do a nice realistic drawing that I'm happy with, I might just do him, or I might turn around and just do Ash from Overwatch for a canvas to sell. My hopes. So Overwatch is pretty big, and the idea I have for doing for Ash is almost along the lines of cowboy art, so I know it's not going to be what everybody else does, and especially on canvas. And then one of my other planned paintings, if I get enough done this year, is I'm thinking of repainting or recreating my very first oil painting I ever did on a different canvas, of course, because I'm not getting rid of the original. But just to see, because I have an image in my head and I want to see what I do with it. And the original I did when I was 17 years old. So that's going to be a huge change in my art style since then, of course, but should be fun. Yeah. Especially all that meat. Hi, Wendy. Oh, yes, I do remember. Yeah. And I still have to... I was going to go outside and photograph a bunch of necklaces today to put on Etsy, but it's raining buckets outside. Oh, copper canister set. I want to get one. And yeah, I have found big candles, I mean huge candles for free that somebody set out at their curb, so I got those. Mainly though, those are kind of like power out emergency candles or decorative something because they're gigantic, like one's covered in birch bark and stuff like that. My tapers were handmade by a friend, and she quit candle making, and I got a whole bunch of tapers off of her. And they're yellowed and everything else. I mean, they're so old, but, you know, they work. They do their job, you know. They burn. That's what you want. And they last a long time. And they make interesting wax formations while they burn, so I can't complain there. And then just odd ends candles, and one of my friends quit Wicca and converted to Catholicism, and I got a lot of her stuff, including candles she never used and stuff. I had to clear the energies from some of it, but before I go using them on my own altar, I've done that already. And some of her other stuff got donated to pagans in prison and stuff, so. But I have a boat ton of candles. I just got so many. So we're like, yeah, if we ever have emergencies, some of the ritual candles can go for emergencies too. There we go. That's good. A little bit more of that sky color in there. So happy we're getting there here. It's working out. Today I've been lazy and got up and was doing No Man's Sky and stuff, and hubby and I were playing that today. And still gonna do that later, but I have to cook some chicken that's been in the freezer a little too long, so I gotta cut off the freezer burn part and then pressure cooker the rest of it so that I can have it for salads and stuff. I don't want to waste it. Yeah, and I am deliberately making some of these bricks look like they're kind of falling apart a little bit. And I'm sorry if I'm blocking the camera. Trying to blend that in the way I want. A little smoother. There we go. Let's throw a little more brown in there. what's really fun is this is the same brown that's in here. And just because of the slight changes with the colors I'm mixing it with, it looks completely and utterly different. I just love that. Tiniest little change. Uh-oh, hubby's swearing again. He probably ran into some sentinels attacking him in No Man's Sky again. He's been having bad luck with them today. I'm trying to muddy this a little bit, and it's not doing what I want. There. Okay. Oh, I like that. Oh yeah, I love coloring. I tend to color my own stuff, but I have so much fun with coloring. I have several coloring books, including Game of Thrones and fantasy coloring books and stuff, but I do so many other things too. And then I have some adult dot-to-dot books, so there's like, you know, several hundred dots in one drawing, and I have some maze books that I found, and you know, just some of that stuff just kind of takes you back to relaxing a little bit, you know. Alright. Almost sounds like I have a cat at the door again. I don't, but it sounded like it. Little stinker. Why, he was doing his share yesterday. Holy cow. Trying to chew on my Ethernet cable, little fart. He's so cute though. You can't stay mad at adorable. But I swear the cat is like, he's a mixture of raccoon and rabbit, because rabbits like to rearrange things. Cat, dog, and toddler. It's a frightening combination with that cat. What? Who's talking about Rafe?
I heard.
Yeah, we're getting there.
I was looking at the painting.
Well, the camera's aimed right at the canvas. If you want to come in, nobody's going to see you on canvas.
Oh, that's okay.
He's camera shy.
Good.
Actually, hubby's very people shy unless he's in character or teaching mode. So like at craft sales and stuff, you know, it's very specific, but he's shy about meeting new people. It doesn't handle crowds the greatest, but I make up for that. Blend it in. Go. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh yeah. Oh neat, family of foxes, how cute. We have a old pair of mated ducks wandering around here. They're huge ducks, so you know they're an older pair, but they just moved in, and it's kind of cool. They're wandering around people's yards here. It's just I love it. I'm going to leave that brown tone in there. I like that. And get that paint right off the edge of my brush. There we go. Got it. Sorry if I'm blocking the camera again.
FYI, I just turned the furnace back on.
Okay. Did you look at what the temperature is outside at all? I'm just curious.
No, I just noticed the temperature wasn't here.
What was it? Ugh. Now the house is a little cold. Hubby just put the furnace on. There we go. It's 42 degrees outside right now here in Minnesota, guys. Holy crap. That's just not fair. I don't know what time of the year it is right now. Thought it was supposed to be spring, but I'm not so sure. Go. A little bit of that worn off detail right there. Paint until I get too tired to paint. All right, time to stand up. Oh, 77 degrees. Oh yeah, we have a possum that shows up in our garden all the time. That has got to be so cool to see baby foxes out playing. I just love it. That's got to be just the coolest thing to witness that. I hope you're getting good videos of the foxes playing. A little bit of light in there too. Cool. Just painting on the side. Sorry about that, guys. The bottom side and that side over there, I'm gonna have to do off camera, just because weird angles, but I can get the front done today. I'm actually gonna sign this bugger. I don't know, this is taking a little longer than I expected, but I painted 2 hours yesterday, so hoping to get a good amount of time in today. to zoom in just a little bit more. Talk to the hand. Okay, now the light on the canvas should be coming from the very top. So I'm going to lighten all of this up. I may do a set of live streams where I'm painting on the leather hat I have too, because I wanted to do dragons on those for sale. We'll see, it depends on what inspires me once this thing's done. This is for Digital HAMMURABI. Their link is in the description. This dragon is always the one that's in the background on their green screens when they're doing their videos, and that's why I decided to paint him. For anyone watching later who does not know, he is from the Ishtar Gate in Babylon. They estimate there were video of mating snapping turtles. Oh, holy cow. Anyway, they estimate that there's 575 of these dragons that were originally on the Babylon Gate. And Saddam Hussein had some of them restored. Had the front part of the gate restored, so they're more in brighter blues and stuff. And if you look at some of the old ones, if the tiles are broken apart like this, you can still see where there was some bright blue. So that's why I'm doing that. But, you know, there's so many of them that are in different states of disrepair and stuff like that, and so I didn't go with any one specific dragon when I started this piece. I based it loosely off of the dragon that is currently in the Detroit Museum of Art, pardon me, wrong direction. And it almost got sold off because the one mayor was trying to get money for the city of Detroit. And not in the best way at that. But it's still there, so hubby and I plan maybe next year to actually go see it. And then head up to Michigan to the UP where my daughter is. We haven't made any specific plans yet, but there's a place in the UP in Michigan that's called Agate Beach, and oh my gosh, that is the best driftwood and agate hunting and everything that I found. I'd love to try Thunder Bay on Lake Superior, but Agate Beach is really awesome on Lake Superior, and so I want to go back. And my daughter loves living up there. I hope she'll be able to go back to school someday and finish her electrical engineering, but she's making a life for herself anyway, and she's pretty happy and has a new girlfriend and stuff, so can't complain. I get to meet the girlfriend next month. I'm excited. Trying to cover up that little bit of blue I had used to draw the figure on the canvas too. There we go. Yeah, sorry if I'm in the way again. Let's throw a little more of the blue in here. I think I'm going to toss some of the yellow in here too. Needs a little bit of yellowish. Oh, I like that. That's cool. Oh, eternal porn. Yep, she's very happy and I'm all for it. She's been out on YouTube too, so I'm not doc dropping her in any way regarding that. Okay, we'll get a little more white. Getting the end of this white paint. No, just kidding. A joke of Amberlynn Reed farting on camera and then blaming the dog. I'm blaming the paint. Well, it actually was the paint. "51 years old, I'm not above fart jokes." Matter of fact, I think they've gotten worse since I've gotten older. Great. Oh, that was a rock. I dropped one of my large sandstone rocks. There. Oh, I really like that. All right, time to move him over just a little bit. I don't know how well you guys can hear the music, but it's like almost a Middle Eastern piece, and it's just really setting me in my headspace for this canvas right now. And some more of the cracks. By the way, if any of you have your own YouTube channels that you want to promote, anybody that is watching later or watching right now, click on each other's icons and go over to those channels and check them out. Feel free to advertise yourself on my channel. Just don't advertise PewDiePie. But I have no problem with that. I know some other YouTubers have problems with it, but I don't. If you're here, you're part of my community and you're in my house and you can share. Oh, hubby is doing knitting with knitting looms. Part of his issue is with chainmail. It requires a lot of hand strength, and he's, there's days he can't manipulate the pairs of pliers to be able to do the chainmail. So at least knitting with the loom, he just has to use one hook. And like on the Etsy store right now, we've got a really gorgeous scarf and stuff that he's learning to make clothes and stuff like that. Because there's some pieces that I want, that I want made. Some of them for me. I'm a bad girl. But, knitting takes a lot of precision, and people try to say that it's not something men do, except that there's men in Scotland that do it and stuff, so I love it. I love hand knitted stuff. And he's learning to take the knitting loom and make stuffed animals and stuff like that for some of the kids that I take care of. And so, yeah, knitting is cool. I had somebody try to teach me to crochet. I couldn't pick up on it. Yet I can use a rainbow loom and pretty much do crochet type work with that and with the bands. So, I don't know. And I've done single needle, what do they call it? Single needle knotless netting, which is a type of crochet with a regular yarn needle. I've done that, so I don't know why I just can't seem to pick up regular crochet, but oh well. I have enough stuff I do. Too many things already. And I really do love making the hemp jewelry, so that's kind of like one of my things. Like, I always wanted to crochet fancy Barbie outfits and stuff like that. And now for my Elowin Wild dolls, I would love to do that, but I found a gal from Russia that makes these incredibly detailed, super fine crochet outfits for Elowin Wild. Is a 16-inch ball jointed fashion doll. And just absolutely stunning stuff. And it would take me forever to learn to do that, so I get them from her when she comes up with something that I want. Not very often because they're not cheap. But they're gorgeous. It's stuff like if I had the figure, I'd wear it, you know, I'd want an adult size made, I'd wear it myself, you know. I worked at one nursing home that we had a nurse that did a whole bunch of crochet work. And so I used to collect Barbie dolls. I sold my collection and bought a car. But before that, like I still have the one Italian Barbie that they only made the one mold for, and she looks like Sophia Loren, and you know, I have a few. But we used all of my dolls to display the crochet work at this craft sale, and the display case they kept up for a month and a half because the patients just loved it. It was all these more exotic Barbie dolls and these gorgeous little deep tiny crochet work. It was just beautiful stuff. And then she gave me a couple pieces for doing that, and I still have those. I love miniatures. Anything miniature, pretty much. If it's well made or, you know, made out of something unusual that you wouldn't expect. You know, I was making dollhouse furniture and miniatures and stuff when I was in high school, and donated some restored dollhouses to kids with mental developmental delay and stuff like that, that they were poor and didn't have a lot of money, so all my dollhouses went to them. I'm kind of sad that I did that in some respects because the dollhouses themselves were handmade, but those kids got a lot of use out of them too, so. Hi, Paranoia. I used to knit when I was 7, but then I forgot it. Oh, Mud Broker, you're gonna lure people with turtle porn. You know it. Oh, I love the canvas. Is she doing the needle felt canvas stuff? Or not needle felt, the needle point on the plastic canvas to make the houses? Yeah, I have a knitted sweater that I have to add wolf fur to it yet. I have 5 wolf hides downstairs in storage, and I'm gonna do a Game of Thrones style one with real wolf hide. Oh, neat. I love those little plastic canvas houses that they, you know, did the needle point on them with the yarn, and they're just so cute. I think you know, if I ever have grandchildren, I'd want to have somebody make them for me if they did that sort of thing. Because they're just, I don't have the time myself. I know I won't unless I'm retired. But I would want one of those doll houses for my kids or my grandkids. It'd be so cute. I still have my son's wooden train set, and that thing goes across rooms. There's so many train pieces, and I'd end up buying more to make it bigger yet. It's got trussels, it's got all sorts of stuff. And then we have 4 giant Rubbermaid tubs of Legos that I'm hanging on to. And then a whole bunch of Bratz dolls. Some of them I'm going to be modifying, but I got rid of the Barbie dolls. They got donated to a guy who, well, he bought them and he's going to donate them, restore them and donate them to kids without any toys and stuff. Except for my really, really special Barbies that I played with, but I had a whole bunch that my kids had that I got rid of. So the Bratz dolls are kind of cool though, so I hung on to those, and Monster High as well because the clothes are interchangeable. Where Barbie, they changed all the sizes of the dolls, so your older style clothing and stuff doesn't fit anymore because they wanted Barbie to be more real. And it's like, that's not the point. She was a fashion doll, you know, I mean, but yeah, whatever. Although you get girls like Eugenia Cooney who wanted to be like a Bratz doll, you know, and so yeah, I can kind of see some of it, but frustrating when you have some really old clothes and old dolls and nothing is compatible with, you know, ones now. So I gave up trying to make clothes for them, but Bratz and Monster High are very consistent, and they can share accessories and clothes. So those were what I hung on to, and if I don't have any girl grandchildren or have, you know, I mean, my son played with dolls too, so, but if nobody's interested in them, then they'll probably get donated or something, you know. See what the future holds. I'm going to put a little bit of a non-decayed brick right there. Little piece. I'm going to have, in the future, will be some spoiled grandkids. I love it when parents of patients I take care of are like, you ever be a grandma, you're going to spoil those kids. I'm like, oh, yes, you know it. That's going to be a thing. I'm terrible. Yeah, I love, that's why I play Minecraft too. I used to do rug hooking. Matter of fact, there's a couple kits I actually want that are on my Amazon wish list. Oh, for cool. You know I gotta get light up noisy toys for grandkids. I think my sister had a baby alive. My sister bought this crawling baby Minnie Mouse for my daughter when she was born. And the darn thing, in the middle of the night, would start crawling across the floor on its own. And it was shut off, you know, and I got tired of watching this thing just randomly decide to start moving. So I took the batteries out. And it did it again. And I'm like, nope, I am done with that. It's leaving. I'm done. Fortunately, my daughter was young enough. She wasn't really attached to the darn thing. I think now she'd want it, you know, just to, because she's into kind of creepy stuff. But it ended up in the apartment complex dumpster because that was just a little too creepy. So then my sister, you know, got some noisier toys for my son. I was like, gee, thanks. And then my in-laws did the same thing, you know, from my previous marriage. Lots of noisy toys. But it's important. Like even the little kids that I work with, if they don't have a lot of toys, I'll bring in noisy toys. If they don't have problems medically to prevent them from being able to handle lots of noise and lights, then I will get them noise and lights. I'm a bad nurse. I'm so terrible. Alright. I did forget one color, which I think I'm going to need, is the Handmade Modern Driftwood color. Got to get that on my palette here. Don't need a lot of that, but I do need some. Checking the chat again. Possessed toys. Yeah, I swear Minnie was haunted. I killed a Furby. My ex-husband and I were moving, and I had this baby Furby, and I put it in a box, and I forgot to take the batteries out. So I stick it in the box, and I close the box, and all of a sudden the Furby's going, it's dark. It's dark. And then I left it in there. Help, it's dark. And then I started duct taping the box shut. Scary noise. It's dark, scary noise. I'm scared. And when we moved and I took the thing out of the box, it didn't work ever again. New batteries didn't matter. I scared a baby Furby to death. I'm so proud of myself. I tortured it to death. Very, very proud of that accomplishment. That was like the best thing ever to do that to that poor Furby. I'm going to put a crack in here. A little patina in there. Although I helped one of my good friends move, and she gave me a Furby. It's sitting in a box. Like, oh dear gods, there's another Furby in my house. Help. I can't complain though. She gave me a whole bunch of sterling silver jewelry and stuff like that too for helping her. Because nobody else would come and help her, and she's handicapped. So it's like, but it's a Furby. So I might have to see if it works, and then what I can do to torture it. I didn't say that. I'm evil. Go. All right, let's add some cracks to that one. I need a little more white. Come on, white. Get out of the container. Come on. I know there's more in there. Almost. Toy Story all over again. Put Furby with Minnie. Thank you, Wendy. Oh my gosh, yeah, a Furby with Chucky. Oh Lord, that would be just awful. Paranoia, you are such a sick puppy. I love you. You're awesome. Sick, sick, sick man. I'm gonna put a crack up there too. I love my sick peeps. What an interesting live stream. We're talking about Chucky dolls and torturing Furbies. I mean, this can't get any better. I'm having fun. I'm going to get a little more of that worn out brown I've got. Sorry about the sniffling. No matter how much I blow my darn nose, my sinuses, my allergies are just so bad. And I can't afford allergy medication right now. I have some Zyrtec, but that knocks me out. Probably should take it tonight though when I go to bed. Claritin works a little better for me, but I almost get a little too tired on that too. Of course, Sudafed makes me sleep even if it's non-drowsy, and of course then there's Benadryl, which also makes me sleep. So no matter what I take, I sleep. The darn spring has just been so rough on everybody here in Minnesota. It's been just terrible. Between snow, mold, and everything else, and then these viral things going around that everybody had seemed to catch. I just had enough of it. I want spring to be finally here so we can start planting and not have it be 40 degrees like it is right now and raining. Go. Some of these bricks actually have physical texture to them from what I'm doing with the paint. Yeah, Para, I've still been taking my Minecraft break right now. I got a little burned, so I had to just let it go for a little bit. I still got to finish that bakery and the reflective floor, and then start on statue for Jade West. Get a Furby and a Minnie and have them out on a full moon. Yeah, everything's leafing out here. We don't have any flowers yet. I have several or a couple of rose bushes, couple lilac bushes. I want to find either dogwood or get a couple more lilacs or something for one fence that I have that's got the roses on it. And I love dogwood too, so I just don't know. We'll see what I find, but I also want to get some blueberry bushes in if we can find more. And I want to plant some asparagus this year. First year you plant it, you can't harvest it, otherwise it kills the plant off. And I'm not picky about the variety of asparagus I get, but I definitely want to start growing it. Already started harvesting and eating the dandelions and the creeping Charlie, which is a mint. Hostas are not in yet, those are edible. And then I have one Solomon seal plant. I'm hoping it came back. It's coming back. If it does, that's edible. And then I will get some more, and I want to get some more hostas in too. Because they're actually an Asian salad green. And I already had the flowers from the violets on one of my salads. Those are really high in vitamin C. And once I have the dandelion flowers, I want to try my hand at making some dandelion jelly, just refrigerator jelly, but something different to try this year. Of course, I know my pigweed or wild spinach will come back. That always does. I have to make sure that I don't let that run away in the yard though, because holy cow, that stuff grows like crazy. It's really high in oxalates like spinach is, so I have to be careful eating it, because it'll cause kidney stones. But it tastes really good. It's something I grew up with. And then my former boss, who's from Germany, gave me a bunch of seeds for edible flowers that are kind of a staple in Germany. And I even remember my grandmother having teas made out of those flowers because the smell, I just opened the package of seeds and smelled it, and it's like, oh my God, this is just like Oma's teas. So I hope I get those to grow. It'd be wonderful. And then she's got another edible bush from Germany that when she divides it, she's going to give me some of that too. And she was a former boss, but we've become good friends, and she's still got her extremely thick German accent and everything, and just wonderful, wonderful nurse and wonderful lady. There we go. Oh, sweet. All right, I'm gonna have to work. Let's see, do this brick next, and then I'll move the camera. Oh, fiddleheads. I've never tried fiddle ferns. Oh yeah, I'll have to watch your Minecraft stream. Thank you, Wendy. I like rhubarb with strawberries. That's pretty much the only way I'll eat it. I didn't think of using the rosebuds for food. I forgot that they're edible. You haven't gotten rid of your Aussie accent. My mother's German accent will come back if she gets mad. You know you're in trouble. And it used to be when I was growing up that, oh, I'm working too far down, just a second. I'm only working in a tiny spot. Used to be, I knew that if her accent showed up and she said my full name, I was in a lot of trouble. And the best part is that my full name, I, for the longest time, had 3 last names because of my father not allowing me to be adopted by my stepdad, and then I still had my mom's maiden name on there, and so I had 3 last names. So she'd use all of them. And that accent would get so thick. It's like, oh, geez, I'm toast. And then my uncle still does it too. One time because my mom wouldn't let me, wouldn't let German be spoken in the household anymore. So the one time, you know, I hadn't heard anybody use her German version of her name. So one time Manfred called and asked to talk to her and used her German name, and I told him he had the wrong number because I didn't recognize who it was, because I rarely get to talk to my Uncle Manfred at all. And oh my gosh, then all of a sudden his accent got thicker. And he's like, this is Manfred. Is my sister there? Like, oh dear, I'm in trouble again. He can blame that one on his sister, though. Because that was part of it, too. Why are you not speaking German? Talk to your sister. There were reasons that she did that. But then I had to pay for German in college, and it was like, gee, thanks, Mom. My first language, and then it ended up getting forgotten, and then I had to pay for it in college. Like, yeah, gee, thanks, Mom. All right, and I can probably do that brick. Yes, part of that brick. And then we are going to have to move the camera down. I'm going to check the live chat. Oh, yeah, I'm in trouble then. Rothenhausler, holy cow. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good one. I don't think we're going to get this top piece done tonight. Bugger me. I get a lot done, though. I'm excited to be able to have access to foods that I grew up with that I just can't get a lot of, you know. And I'm taking more interest in learning to cook old European dishes too, which I have to be careful because, you know, I have to watch my my diet to make sure I'm losing weight, but like hubby wants me to make Welsh rarebit, and then of course I have a freezer full of rabbit right now, so I'm going to be doing Hassenpfeffer, and then I'm going to be trying to do a rabbit in Italian style as well, but I've never made Hassenpfeffer. So that should be fun. And then my mom's got all these recipe books that my grandmother and great-grandmother hand wrote in German that will be going to my sister and I when, you know, my parents are gone, which is going to be a long time yet. But I can't wait to get a hold of those recipe books. But they're all written in German. Actually all written in Hochdeutsch, so the High German. And that was part of my mom's reasoning for not having German in the house anymore, because she didn't want to hear Low German being spoken or stuff being mispronounced as I was learning and stuff like that. So it was like, yeah, Mom. I've surprised her several times though, because you know, sometimes I'll remember things that I have not realized I knew, and the words will just come out of my mouth and they're properly said, and she's like, where did you learn that? And it's like, Oma? She spoke and wrote and read 9 languages? But I'm using Duolingo. Hubby and I decided Duolingo, you can learn Dothraki and Valyrian and Klingon, as well as actual Earth languages, and I think High Elven from Lord of the Rings too. So we've decided we're going to learn Dothraki together. And then, of course, I'm trying to relearn German with Duolingo as well, which has been helping a lot. There we go. Caravanox. Nice. Yeah, Welsh rarebit doesn't use rabbit. Yeah, I know. Hi, Gail. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Brunchdaughters. Oh, nice. Welsh language is very, very hard. Like you'll see the weirdest letter combinations. Like for Gaelic, I knew one lady that everybody thought when she was coming to our clinic that Shovana, they thought she was black. And they spelled her name all over the place. And no, and she actually was from Ireland, and her name was spelled in Welsh Gaelic, and it was, the B was the VH sound in her name. And so it surprised everybody that, you know, how it was spelled, and then she was surprised that I knew how to spell it and pronounce it correctly right away. Well, that's because hubby actually learned some Gaelic, and then I started learning Gaelic for singing one song in particular, and so it is a tricky language. Nahuatl is another one that's kind of nasty with its letter combinations and the way they're pronounced. the ancient Aztec language. I need more of that sky blue. Just funny with a $2 paint, and I still refuse to waste any of it. There we go. I want this color to kind of almost blend in a little bit right there with the dragon's back. I'm abusing my brush. Okay. All right, checking the live chat again. You have to swallow your tongue to pronounce words. Oh, pickled beef roasted with ginger snap gravy. I don't think I've ever had that. If I did, I don't remember. But there were some dishes that my mother considered peasant food that we would just not have. You know, things changed as, you know, we were in America more, but I heard that several times. That's peasant food. What the heck? Yeah, my phone was buffering. Can you guys still see me? Or see the painting? And my fingers waggling? Okay, good. All right. Yeah, that was my phone doing that. I don't know why. Yeah. Yep, oysters were poor folk food. I've heard that. Or survival food, you know. Yeah, I wonder why that was buffering. That's weird. No, I didn't want that brown. I wanted that. Okay. Oscar, stop scratching at my door. I know that's you with all them claws. All them big kitty claws. That looks right. Okay. A little bit more of the darker blue. Oh, wow. Near the 2 hours again. Yeah, that's not going to get done tonight, but yeah, it's going to be close. Go. Probably gonna have to move the camera again, I'm sure. Yeah, I can't see where I'm working. All right, so we'll do this brick next. And then I'll shift the camera. Wraith, is that you? Sounded like Oscar going brrr though. Mommy, why are you in there so long? Yeah, I did an hour workout and then I've been in here painting. Cat's getting a little irritated with me. Little brat cat. Mommy, I want in there. Why are you hiding from me, Mommy? Those Bombay cats are so clingy. Velcro kitty. Can't complain though, he's super duper cute. I'll get that paint off of the brush over here. There we go. Just check the live chat again. Oh, have a good night, Wendy. All right, bye, Gail. Gotta see what the puppy's destroying. Yeah, don't let the cuteness fool me. Yeah, Gail was in the live chat. And now Puppy's trying to destroy something, so she had to go. Sorry for camera quake, guys. I need to get a better stand someday. Gail is my husband's aunt, and they have a new golden retriever puppy. Sorry, working on top really quick. Nice thing about stretched canvas is being able to extend the painting to the sides. And that was another piece of paint that fell off my paintbrush from the paintbrush itself. I'm abusing this brush. He's doing pretty good today. Had some pain issues last night, but today he seemed to be doing a lot better. He's had some remission on the pain in the last few weeks. My hope is that the MS treatments are working nicely. Oh, I'll give him a hug. You bet. There we go. Wanted that color to be a little more intense up here. That's these patches of intense color, you know. go. Yep, I like that. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. There. Oh, I can give him a grope, yes. Yeah, this brush is the only one I've used on this entire canvas. No joke. Back up on top again. Stand on my tippy toes while I'm doing it. Hubby's Aunt Gail does these haunted reborn dolls that are just scary as all get out. And she's probably going to end up doing some showings. They're really cool, but oh my gosh, they're scary. There we go. Some of the brown down here. Make it almost look like some of the sand from the bricks underneath, where the paints come off. You know, a lot of these ancient structures were painted bright, bright colors. And bring that like that. Alright, now let's start with the blue. So I'm going to try to throw some more cracks in that. little bit more of the bright. Not too much. I'm gonna make this blue last the whole canvas too. Well, that color might be a little easier to find. If I have to rebuy it. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Check the live chat quick. Never enough coffee. Oh, yeah. I was naughty. I got into chocolate because my employer, because it's nurses week this week, my employer gave us a chocolate bar with caffeine in it. So I've had that. It was good. I enjoyed it. Teensy bit more white. The white label came off of the white paint container. Come on. Teensy bit more. There. Use up that container. Oh, that's not going the way I want it. There we go. That's better. Little variations in that. Throw cracks in here. That way, blend that in. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, hired more and give us more, give us all raises. Oh, near the Cadbury chocolate factory. Oh my gosh. That's cool. Where am I? Right? I think I'm running out of steam. Definitely running out of steam. Been painting for a couple hours though, so. Haven't eaten yet either. So, I'm thinking we're probably going to call this because I'm starting to get an upset stomach and I need to eat something besides the chocolate bar. But got quite a bit accomplished again. I'm going to take the camera out of the rack here. Oops. Trying to get it in the viewfinder so you guys can see it. There we go. Yeah, there he is. So I think I'm going to call it for the night. And we'll see if I have energy tomorrow before I go to work to do the other half of this here. So thank you all for popping in. Love you all. You have a fantastic night. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share and, you know, tell friends about me. 2,000 subs, we're going to have a dragon naming contest. So that's where it is.